of the most fascinating spots that we've found as we've been going through the underground of the Agora has been this long hall where you can see this man-made little stream going through the middle. We were asking our archaeological guide about this stream because it's just such a beautiful shot to see what we have here. Even though it looks beautiful right now, it would have been so much more magnificent in its day. For example, this would have been covered. This would have had the second floor above it, and so this would have been enclosed from above, as well as these walls would have had marble on them, and in between the pillars, very likely you'd have artwork, you'd have frescoes, you'd have these different things down through here, as well as this water wouldn't have been open. It wasn't just a stream like this that was available to everybody. It was actually, it would have been covered. So you'd have a covered floor, you'd have marble walls, you'd have artwork between the columns, and then you'd have a covered ceiling. So you have this long tunnel that's just beautiful and filled with art. But why the stream? That's the question that still remains. Now, it's not a mystery. It actually is what they used to use for air conditioning in the ancient world. In this region, in the summertime, it would easily get to 100 to 120, somewhere in that range, Fahrenheit. So it would be very hot in the summers. So something like this, directing water through the underground floor of your stone floor of your agora or of your palace, any of those, is the ancient version of air conditioning. So that's what you're looking at, is a 2,000-year-old air conditioner underground in a tunnel covered with marble, with a ceiling and artwork on the walls. It's beautiful now because it's in amazing shape for 2,000 years, but it would have been magnificently more marvelous back in its day. Well, we've moved up to the second level of the Agora now, so now we're on ground level essentially. And what you'll see behind me here, we have the arches going down this way. This is actually where we just were underground looking at the little stream that was the ancient air conditioning. That runs right through this first set of arches here behind me. This all would have been covered at the time, and so you can also see we have the pillars. There's just some remnants of pillars on that side, as well as some much larger remnants on this side that have been put together. At the time, this would have been ground level with a basement below it, and then over top of it you'd have a roof. This area was called a portico. See, the Agora was the public marketplace, but it was more than that. It was also a community gathering place, especially on those hot days in the summer. You'd want to come to the shaded area with the water running underneath. It was a very pleasant place to gather. It was also a civic place, so you'd have government, you'd have leaders, you'd have, this would be the civil meetings would take place here. And so we have here really the downtown, what we would consider downtown in a modern era. This was the downtown of the region, and so they would come and you'd have temple worship here, you'd have different government meetings, and you'd have the public marketplace as well. So we can kind of use our imagination a little bit here of what this portico would have looked like, but it would have been absolutely magnificent in its time, because this would be like the highest area of the region, like you see in a government office now, with beautiful artwork, beautiful pillars, stonework and carvings. And so you have the pillars, you have the roof, and you have a floor, and it's nice and cool and shaded. Definitely an attractive place for people to come and gather when they come to a city. So as you can see here behind me, we have a whole area of excavated artifacts, and so these are pieces of the columns. There's a whole field of them here and another field over there, and the archaeologists are working all the time. It was interesting working around some of the sound here because they're down there, they're digging, there's a whole bunch of people working away. And as I said, we have up above, you can see the flag, the Turkish flag up in the distance. The hill up there is where the Acropolis is, where we began our journey today. And that would be the fortified area for the region, where the armies would come and they'd fight things out. And so one thing that I wanted to mention about Smyrna before we go is that the poet that we know, Homer, You've heard of Homer the poet, not Homer Simpson. Homer was actually located here in Smyrna, in ancient Smyrna. And when he wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey, this would be the context, this would be the culture that he'd be writing into about 600 BC. This would be the time period that he would have been writing, and this would have been the location that he would have written those famous works that people still have to read in high school today.